Hi, and welcome to Lift Kits and Coffee. My name's Chris, and thanks for tuning in today. Well, it's kind of special here at the house. This just showed up this morning from FedEx after waiting a little extra couple weeks for it to show up. And what it is a lift kit for Albert. And Albert's been riding on his X-REAS suspension system for 232,000 miles. It's a little tired, and plus we're trying to make Albert a little more off-road capable and on a pandemic budget. So looking around, and reviews are a little mixed, but I saw enough positive out there to spend my money on the Freedom Off-Road suspension kit. So but I thought today we would just do an unboxing video to sort of see what you get when the package shows up. So let's get started, all right? And so the first thing is that, yeah, the boxes didn't show up in perfect shape. I live in North Carolina, and they shipped from California. So I'll insert a couple of close-ups, but there's definitely a box break here and a little puncture hole here. And then another puncture hole here with something actually sticking out. So what I bought was the 2 to 4 inch lift kit, which for the 4Runner is coilovers for the front and shocks and springs for the back. And then I also purchased the upper control arms, not the Uniball, but the other ones. The control arms were back ordered, and they're actually supposed to ship today. So maybe we'll see them in the next week or so. But these things showed up, so let's get started, open the boxes, and then we'll weigh the contents, all right? So this one here, the big box, there, and there. Let's see what we got in here. So okay, so it looks like we have the shocks here, and this is exactly the way they were packaged. So they're in a bit of bubble wrap, sort of wrapped but not taped. That would have been a nice little extra bit to secure the bubble wrap on there. And then some extra stuffing, and so you do get new end links, so they're in this package right here, laying in the bottom, and these are more bushings for the shocks, and then there's a box inside this box. So let's I guess my money would be on these are the springs. So let's open up this box. All right. So the springs are wrapped in foam, and there's a cardboard divider here, and let's get one out. So yeah, nice brand new looking springs for a 16-year-old, nearly 17-year-old 4Runner that's been riding on the same springs and shocks. This will be a welcome addition to this car. And well, great. So let's. There, shock. Oops, there's the other set of hardware for the top of the shocks. So, well, that only really leaves one thing, and that would be the coilovers. So let's see what's in this box. And I will say, before I get into this, there are end caps that are nylon strapped, around here. So even though it did puncture through the box, it did not ruin the end of the screw here on the end or the threads. So, and both of them are still in perfect shape. So, there's the adjustment wrench, the spanner wrench, and inside this box is a couple more boxes. But one of these boxes actually punctured out of itself. So you can probably see it went through there and then it went through here. So hopefully everything inside here is okay. It's cracked here too. So here we go. And inside some really tiny bubble plastic. But looking good and really heavy. There's a screw in there that I don't want to lose. Just sort of floating in the bottom weirdly for the top of the. Well, I suppose you could always reuse the ones that are already in there, but we'll use the new hardware since we have it. Just make sure we don't lose track of that stuff. So yeah, that's something to be aware of, is that this hardware is just on here, but apparently it was able to vibrate off or something during the travel. But there you go. Nice big coilover, and yeah, looking forward to putting this on. So let's pull that out. I won't open up the other one. It's going to be the same, I'm sure. So we'll set this off to the side, and just for the fun of it, really, I got my bath scales, and okay, so trying to weigh these items on my bath scales was a fail. So what I had to do, I just cut the camera and weighed those things, carrying them and then subtracting my weight. So you didn't want to watch all that. But so anyway, but maybe some length and weight specs would be interesting or useful information for other people that are considering the Freedom Off-Road lift kit. And so let's start with the spring here. So the spring weighs 10.6 pounds. And then the physical length of this spring is 16 5/8 inches. So there's that. The next item would be the coilover. And yeah, this is heavy. But the weight on this coilover is 21.8 pounds, and but to measure it, a couple different measurements here. So I measured from the flat part of the top hat to the bottom of this the spring seat, I guess, nut. And so this physical distance from here to here is 16.5 inches. So interestingly, very close, within 1/8 of an inch of the height of the spring from here to here. And then if you measure from the seat of the top hat to the center of where the bolt goes in, that is 22 5/8 inches. So and that is fully preloaded. So maybe that's useful information for somebody out there. And then the last thing that I did was I did not get a length on the compressed shock right now. I didn't want to break this until I'm actually getting ready to install. So that's probably not as useful. But you may be curious to know that these rear shocks do weigh 6.4 pounds. So there you go. And I didn't weigh the spanner wrench or the inlay or the hardware. I mean, I don't really think that'd be useful to you. And so anyway, yeah, here are the parts. And so I've still got the okay, doing it again. So these are the parts for the lift kit, and I'm still waiting for the control arms to show up. And but my first step is, and I said Albert in the beginning, but this is Alfred. And yeah, the first step is I've got to remove the X-REAS suspension system from my Sport Edition V8 4Runner. So on the Sport Edition, the X-REAS suspension was a standard feature. It was, I guess, an option on the Limited. But yeah, it's and to do that, you've got to spring the whole car. That's the recommended way to do it, is to get the whole car off the ground so that there's no pressure on any of the shocks, so that when you undo the hydraulic lines, I guess you don't shoot your eye out or something with the hydraulic fluid. I guess there's probably going to be quite a bit in there, since the hose is run from front to back on two sides, and then to the control thing in the middle. So, but anyway, that's my next project. And there's a lot of videos out there on how to delete that from your system or from your car. And but I'm going to try and shoot it. And if there's success with the shooting of that process, then I will create another video for deleting the X-REAS, and then hopefully incrementally adding videos on installing the Freedom Off-Road kit. So appreciate you tuning into the channel. Again, my name's Chris, and I'm a coffee roaster, and this is my little YouTube channel. So if you would like to try some lift kit coffee, that would be great. I'll put the link to the website down here. It's also going to be in the summary underneath the video. I do roast some great coffee, I think, and I've had a lot of good feedback. And if you're an off-roader or an overlander or somebody who just likes to get outside and go on adventures, Lift Kit Coffee would like to be part of your kit. So take care and have a great day.